Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. You know, we always talk about this Tennessee football team, the Josh Heupel offense, number one in scoring offense, number one in yards per game, number one in quarterback efficiency. We talk about the five-star Nico Maliava. We talk about all the talent in the wide receiver room. We know it's been proven. We've seen Josh Heupel's track record. We know his football teams are going to score points. They're going to be exciting. They're going to be electric on offense. What does it take for Josh Heupel and this football team to take that next step, to get to that elite level? Yes, 11 wins is great. When I say Tennessee's back, some of you guys argue in the comments and say, Boogie, I got to see it another year. I got to see another year of progress, another year of success. And in order to do that, in order to cross the hump, in order to take that next step that some of you guys are looking for, I think Tennessee has to continue to get better defensively. Now, we've seen that. We've seen it in the class of 23. They added a lot of big-time defensive prospects. I've ran them down so many times, but we'll continue to do it. Caleb Herring, four-star edge rusher. Jordan Matthews, Ricky Gibson, a couple of four-star corners. Arian Carter, big-time linebacker, big-time win on the recruiting trail for Tennessee over Alabama. Jalen Smith, four-star linebacker. They've got a lot of legitimate talent committed in the class of 23, signed, ready to go through spring camp. They've got to continue to do that. They've got to continue to stack those recruiting classes, continue to build that depth on the defensive side of the ball. And one of the positions that we talk about needing to upgrade is at the corner position. Well, this came out, four-star corner Jaden Lewis dropped his top six. Tennessee right there in the mix, along with Florida State, South Carolina, Arkansas, Ole Miss, and you can see Auburn on the list as well. 6 foot, 175 pounds out of Alabama. Now, you guys know sometimes it's difficult to get those Alabama kids out of the state and into Tennessee. We'll talk about it, but as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you. We talk with you guys. All opinions are welcome here. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Also want to give a thank you to some of the new members of the channel, something I need to do more often because I preach it all the time. The memberships are what allow me to do this full time, particularly from January through July. You know, we're not having post-game shows. All the money's not rolling in. So by joining the channel, you can hit that join button down below. You're financially supporting what we are doing here for as little as 99 cents a month. Want to give a shout out to Joel Sane for renewing his membership. Don't let him expire. Thomas Hargrove also renewed his membership. Shout out to Sam Hyatt for rejoining. Shout out to Justin Baker, became a member of the channel. The Wiseman rejoined a day ago. Tyler Moore also rejoined. Balls by Fitty rejoined the channel. So as always, thank you to all the members of the channel. We appreciate that support. But let's go ahead and jump into it. How can Tennessee continue to upgrade the defensive side of the ball? Now, I think, for one, I think they are going to have to go into the transfer portal. And I've made the video about the silent commit, the kid from BYU. Is he in the boat? Is he out of the boat? Why is he just sitting in the portal when people are speculating that he's coming to Tennessee? I like the odds that he's coming to Tennessee. So stick around. If you've not watched that video, go back and watch it. It's the one with the thumbnail that says silent commit. I think Tennessee has a veteran corner that is coming via the transfer portal. They've got to continue to recruit the high school kids, and that's where Jaden Lewis, again, drops his top six. Tennessee offered back in 2021. They did get him on campus for a visit in March of 2022. He had some positive things to say. When Tennessee had the win over Alabama, I saw a cool little article from 247 Sports, and it had a lot of the quotes from a lot of the different players in the class of 24 and also at the time the class of 23. Jaden Lewis pretty high on Tennessee at the time. Maybe even said they could have been the leader at one point in time for his recruitment. But you can see there, Jaden Lewis, again, 6 foot 175, four-star corner out of Alabama. 247 Sports has him as a top 15 corner in the country, ranked 176th nationally as an overall prospect. But this is the type of kid that you need in your program. And again, when you look at the class of 23, you look at Jordan Matthews and Ricky Gibson, legitimate four-star corners. That's the type of talent you need on campus. Don't sleep on Christian Conyer out of Kentucky. Yeah, he's ranked as a 3-star prospect. He was the number 3 ranked player. Some people had him as the top player coming out of the state of Kentucky. So when you can go and cherry pick the top talent from the states all around Tennessee, that's how you start to build on this recruiting class. Jaden Lewis would be a nice addition. Can they get him away from Auburn? Because once Hugh Freeze took the job at Auburn, Auburn kind of started to take the lead in that recruitment. Again, Alabama kid. He's been on campus to Auburn a handful of times. Handful, more than any other school. On3.com recruiting prediction machine has Auburn way out front for Jaden Lewis. Can Tennessee make up some momentum there? I think Tennessee, again, this is the type of prospect, and again, Jaden Lewis dropped that top 6. That's why I want to mention him as a player. And we got a long way to go, boys. Long way to go in the class of 24. You're going to see these lists start to narrow down the more visits they take over the summer. The world of recruiting has changed. So much takes place over the summer. You see a lot of guys commit in June, July. It really starts to pick up around here when we're covering those live commitments, which I plan to do as much as possible. We got one coming up on the 22nd for Cam Pringle. We'll cover that one live. We got a long way to go in the class of 24, though. But what does Tennessee have to do to take that next step to build defensively? Well, I start thinking about it. I start looking at the secondary, and that's what I want to focus on particularly because that's what we all talk about. You know, when we talk about, oh, Tennessee's going to score points, but their secondary is garbage. Their secondary is hot trash. When you go look at the roster, Willie Martinez might be the big question. And a lot of you guys say this. You say Boogie Willie Martinez didn't get it done the first time he was here. He's not getting it done now. He's got to go. We need a defensive coach, defensive secondary coach. Willie Martinez responsible for the corners. I think Willie Martinez is on the hot seat here. Can he develop some of that young talent? Because that's the thing. You can kind of get excited when you look at the roster. Tennessee had a lot of young guys out there kind of shuffling around, playing different positions, moving from safety. A guy like Danico Slaughter that's played everywhere in the secondary. Can they really focus and dial in? Can Slaughter really focus and dial in on the corner position? Can he take a step if he goes through a full spring camp at corner, a full fall camp at corner versus playing safety and then playing the star position and then bouncing outside to corner? And there's something to be said for a guy with some versatility. You know, that's what we said about Wesley Walker when he came in. He was a guy that could play multiple positions. Can he take a step? I think Wesley Walker can take a step and be a little bit better in the secondary. What about a guy like Andre Turrentine, the kid from Ohio State, transferred in? Can he take a step? Again, Tennessee's got a lot of talent in that secondary, young talent that they added via the transfer portal last year. Can they add another guy in with the corner from BYU that's got some veteran leadership, played a lot of football, and then develop some of these guys? What about D. Williams? I mean, we've seen him flash on special teams, but he can't find his way onto the field in the secondary. Can he find a way to improve at the corner position? What do you guys think when you run down the secondary, when you run down the guys on the roster? Danico Slaughter, D. Williams, Kamal Hadden, although I think Kamal Hadden may be out. I think he may have 1 foot out the door right now. We'll see. He got pretty fired up at the Tennessee fan base, which I like to see. I like to see a little fire out of Kamal Hadden. You need to dial it in, zone it in on the playing field, focus on playing football and not talking trash. Brandon Turnage, Tamarian McDonald, Wesley Walker, Christian Charles, Andre Turrentine. A lot of young talent in the secondary. Jordan Thomas, true freshman. Deshaun Rucker, a guy that has gone through trial by fire, only a sophomore in 2022. Christian Harrison, true freshman. Can Tennessee develop some of this young talent? That's my question to you today. As we look at Jaden Lewis, 4-star prospect, showing some interest in Tennessee. We look at the class of 23, the guys Tennessee already has signed. Jordan Matthews, Ricky Gibson, Christian Conyer. There's some talent there, but there's also some sophomores and juniors and seniors coming back this year that have some talent as well. Can Tennessee take a step defensively? I think our offense is going to regress a little bit. I think Joe Milton has all the opportunity in the world in front of him. Is he Hendon Hooker? No, he's not. But we'll see what Joe and that offense can do. I have all the confidence Josh Heupel is going to score points. But can they do it defensively? You guys know the deal. Hit the comment section. Let me know. As always, make sure you smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. And go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. We appreciate the support. The links are all in the description as well. Thank you again to the members of the channel. Wanted to give a shout out to a couple of you guys earlier in the show, so appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for allowing me to do this full time. I hope you guys realize how grateful I am for you to be able to do this as a career. Thank you for that. That's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.